Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. We appreciate all the people coming here for the crowd. We have a great crowd here tonight. We also appreciate everybody watching us on Verizon 32 in the greater Pittsburgh area, YouTube, and on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. There's a tradition. Oh yeah, and we appreciate we're up to 14. I think I saw 1455 or maybe more. We'll have to get an update. And we're also only in Bethel Park, Comcast 7. Don't ask me why, but it's public access TV. That's the only one is Comcast 7. Again, Verizon 32. We're hearing about us everywhere. Smoking Jim runs out into people all the time in Monroeville. Growing crowd, Chips and Baldwin, they watch it there. So all the communities. And we usually start our show with What's on Our Mind. And I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner. And we're going to start What's on Your Mind right now.
First, I'd like to make a mention. Tonight is Veterans Day, and I'd like to give a shout out to all the veterans, all the people that have served their country proudly, that are serving their country proudly. We thank you for your efforts. But what's on my mind is, we had a pretty big weekend in sports. Pitt had a huge win, beating Notre Dame, and the Steelers got back on the winning track, knocking down the Buffalo Bills. But the football I've been paying most attention to this past weekend was the high school football playoffs. There's been some great football being played, and unfortunately for my dear friend Jim Frazier, Gateway lost.
You didn't keep us in suspense. What happened?
No. But, there's going to be some great games coming up this weekend. I'll be attending the Upper St. Clair Woodland High semifinal matchup at Baldwin High School on Friday night, and it's a rematch of last year's playoffs when a much favored Upper St. Clair team was taken apart by Woodland Hills. So looking forward to that game. But, in the high school playoffs this past weekend, some record-setting performances were witnessed, and got to give a shout-out to a young gentleman. He's a quarterback for South Fayette. His name's Brett Brumbaugh, and he set a WPIAL single-game passing record. He passed for 463 yards in one game.
Wow.
He broke a record set by Rocco Calavecchia back in 2006, and his record of 457 yards fell by the wayside. Also, not this past weekend, but the weekend before was the City League Championships. My friend here, Jim Frazier, was announcing that game, and I wanted to give some recognition to UPrep's Ron Brown, their quarterback. He had the second highest passing yardage total for a WPIAL quarterback in history with 3,401 passing yards. And the person that he came in second to in the passing yards for a season is Christian Brumbaugh, the older brother of Brett Brumbaugh, and he passed for 3,726 yards in 2010. And last but not least, some tragedy befell high school athletes this past weekend. Two young high school football players from Sharon High School perished in an automobile accident. And tonight, Sharon High School and Girard are playing in their double-A playoff matchup to make up that game. And, thoughts and prayers go out to the families of these young gentlemen and to each of the teams that are playing. But that's what's on my mind, Alan.
Smoking Jim, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine. If you want the green,
Hey, I have that.
you got to see Levine. And I always like to start each and every show giving a shout out to my main man, Dan, the man who makes the best coffee on the planet. So if you drink coffee, order some from Dan. You won't be sorry. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. Kelly and Brandy, wave to all your fans. And if you haven't done so already, please grab a menu. 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. Chef Pete is in the back. And I want to give a shout out to my main man in the back, international master photographer, Bill Boyce is in the house. And Chief, it's just in. I just got the score. Gateway 21, Central Catholic 20, the referees 8. And
8-1. 8-1.
And Chip, I don't know if you know it, but my best friend is a female. and she's here tonight, and she's also my traveling partner. And I tell you what, most people know that I'm working on a book, and 100,000 copies of my book will be available around Super Bowl time. And me and my best friend will be traveling. We already have book signing dates in New York City, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, and Las Vegas. And whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Please give a big hand to my best friend, Gabrielle Baker, the touchdown maker. And Al Levine, I tell you what, buddy, the Miami Dolphins, the black players for the Dolphins, honored Richie Incognito as an honorary black man. And Al, nobody knows more about black people than you, so I'm anointing you an honorary black man. Congratulations, Al.
Is that it? Okay. Thanks, Bob.
The next person that talks about Big Ben being traded, I'm going to rip out their Adam's apple. Hey, listen. Now, Big Ben may not know the difference between a nightclub bathroom and Motel 6 because they both leave the lights on, but he's the best player in the NFL. He took the Steelers to 3 Super Bowls in 8 years. Terry Bradshaw's in the Hall of Fame. Big Ben done broke all of his records. Hey, listen, I tell you right now, Big Ben is 6'5", 255 pounds. He's one of the winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. He's won more Super Bowls than Dan Marino. He won more Super Bowls than Peyton Manning. He won more Super Bowls than Warren Moon. He won more Super Bowls than Fran Tarkenton. All of them put together. And I tell you right now, lastly but least, I tell you I heard a lie on the way in here. They said the only Super Bowl quarterback that is black to win a Super Bowl is Doug Williams. That's a lie. Right now you're hearing it here, and now I'm going to promote Big Ben to an honorary black man.
I have one question. Is he done yet? Because I can't hear it all. There's no way. Smoking Jim, that had to be one of your best all time. And each week you're getting even better. I can't believe you hit a new level. And I'm going to have to watch the video so I actually can hear what was going on again. So, what's on my mind is the Steelers win a game against another bad team. I'm happy they won because they have a bad schedule. But I'm listening to the radio, I'm watching sports in Pittsburgh, and that schizophrenic fan, the schizophrenic announcers come out, and now they wonder if we can beat Detroit, if we could get into the playoffs. Well, I say here's the road to the playoffs. 7 more W's, and you get to the playoffs. You don't have to talk about it, we're fans. The team has not produced. They've had the easiest schedule in years. And look what happened, look what we have. You're actually talking about a losing team that's rebuilding because they keep talking about, look at the controversy. Big Ben's open to a trade. Big Ben's not open to a trade. He might have been talking out loud. He's a $100 million quarterback. They made him get married. He's raising a family here. Think about it. Now he's going to stay for his children. That outrages me because I'm an animal lover, and we're going to bring a lady on that has a champion dog later. But think about it. He's here because of the canine dogs, and no offense, we need them. But that's his true love here after football. And that's what's on my mind.
How you doing? I'm Dr. Tony Chiappi. I'm the owner of Pittsburgh Kettlebell and Performance and Green Tree Chiropractic and Rehab.
Hold, I was told by your wife.
Yeah, do whatever she says.
If you could hold this, not me.
The whole time.
Yes.
I'll just hold it.
No, just so Erin's going to try to zero on how handsome you are, because she said how handsome you are, and she also needs the photo of that. We're going to try to promote that. And I also want to thank you guys for being an advertiser in our magazine. So I appreciate that. It'll be coming out soon. We just went to the printer.
All right.
That's enough. Gina, he did well. Jeez. I had to do it. She twisted my arm in her back.
She twisted mine, too.
Okay. We can get serious now. The reason I brought you on is not to talk about being a chiropractor, although we will cover that. You're a coach. Why don't you explain what you coach? And it's a ladies' sport, which I want to hear all about this because they got to be some tough ladies.
Yeah, they are. I am the head coach of the Pittsburgh Angels women's rugby club here in Pittsburgh. We are a postgraduate, so it's not college. This is a women's club sport. We are the 2012 Division II National Championship.
Hold it.
All right.
Congratulations.
Yes. So, good group of women. In the last 4 years here, we finished top 4 of the country every year, and then last year, like I said, we won the national championship.
How did you ever get started coaching this sport? Especially women rugby. I could see guys, because I have cousins and relatives that play some rugby.
Right. I have a long history in playing rugby. I play for the men's team here in Pittsburgh.
Okay. You can drop a name.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Rugby Club.
Okay.
I also went to chiropractic school on a rugby scholarship. So I played rugby for about 20 years. I've coached.
Really?
I actually coached Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where I went in undergrad for a while.
IUP, Smoking Jim.
IUP?
He's a Cal U guy.
Yeah. Too bad for him.
He says the opposite.
Absolutely.
I just thought I'd bring a little rivalry up here.
Yeah, they got us this year.
Okay.
Well, Coach, did you ever, my good friend's a rugby player, you know John Burton?
John Burton. Played with John. JB.
Tell him who your friend is, John Burton.
John Burton. JB and myself both play for the Pittsburgh men's team together. Talk to him regularly. It's my boy. So I coached the men's team for a little bit, and a few 4
What
years
happened?
ago. Tough coaching men.
Is it?
It's tough coaching men.
You mean all the guys are like you?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay. I understand that.
So
You're a competitor from what we talked about.
absolutely, and so a few years ago, the women's team, their coach had quit, and they came to me and asked me about coaching them. So
And that got you started
It
then.
got me started, and we've done very well.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
What's your chances for this year? When's your season start? Or
Our season for the fall is over.
okay.
Undefeated.
Congratulations
Thank you.
again.
Thanks a lot.
This guy throws undefeated winning teams out like they're nothing. These ladies got to work very hard,
They
I'm
do.
sure.
They work very hard. They're very good, very dedicated. In fact, in our league, we were beating everyone so bad. We beat some of the teams 100-0. That the last game I had to find us a game to get some competition.
Sure.
So we went to Raleigh, North Carolina to play Raleigh, who's one of our big rivals. We ended up beating them 48-19. So,
48-19, and they're one of your
yeah,
rivals.
that's one of our big rivals nationally.
Where are these ladies at? I want to see a film of these ladies.
Well, maybe one of these times we'll bring a couple of them in and you can interview them.
That would
I
be
think it
great because I want to. Do they get paid for this sport?
No, it's an amateur sport. You actually pay to play. So it would be like your, beer league soccer or
Right.
something along that line, but a much higher
super
dedication.
competitive level.
Super competitive. These are real athletes.
So they all have day jobs.
They all have day jobs.
Plus they work hard
Plus
to
they
be
work-
champions.
Absolutely, they work very, very hard.
How many matches you play in a season?
It depends on how far along you go. So in the fall season here, we had 7 games.
Okay.
In the spring season, depending on how far you go, that will determine the game. So there'll be a playoff situation.
How many games do you play in a week? Is this like once a month, once a week?
Yeah, typically in like the fall season, you'll play once a week. Once you get into more of the nationals, you'll play typically 2 games in a weekend. So you
Okay.
play games Saturday and Sunday, then move on.
Boy, that's got to be brutal.
It's brutal. It's brutal. In fact,
How many players are on the team?
approximately about 30.
Okay.
30 players, 15 play at a time,
Right.
and you're allowed 7 subs.
Only 7.
Only 7.
Wow, that could be very difficult,
Yeah,
Coach.
Yeah, it's tough. And rugby is like a combination of soccer and football. So it's the cardiovascular of soccer with the tackling and aggressiveness of football.
We might have to go watch a game. Where do you play at?
Right now we play in North Huntington, but
It's up, subject to change?
it's subject to change.
All right, we won't go any further on that.
Right.
Hey, I want to talk a little bit about your chiropractic practice here.
Sure.
So how long ago did you start that?
I've been a chiropractor since 1997. I've been in my own practice for about the last 8 years here.
And where are you located so that people can get a hold of you?
I'm on Green Tree Road, right next to Highfield MRI.
I grew up in Green Tree. I know right where you're located.
Yeah, so we're in there, and
then you have some kettlebell thing, and here's a little promotion that I wanted to get out here for you because you're doing some great things in the community. One of the reasons why we do this show is for all the fundraising and charities that we help promote.
Sure.
And I want to put you on board there since that's your ad actually with what you're coming out.
Yeah. So I also own a gym across the street from my chiropractic office, Pittsburgh Kettlebell and Performance. We do unconventional types of training, which basically means.
Oh, I got to stop you. I'm watching a video because I look at everything. If you know my news feeds and everything, I put all kind of stuff out there. So I'm looking at this gym and I go, that's the kettlebell people. This guy jumps into a box that's, I think it's about 3 feet tall, maybe 28, 30 inches.
Maybe taller.
Maybe, I don't know, I couldn't tell, but he jumped in it. And it didn't look like he exerted himself that much. And it's these guys.
Yeah, that's one of my trainers.
Listen to this.
That's one of my trainers.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that's awesome.
That's one of our trainers, Mike Schuck. He's also a local teacher. Phenomenal athlete.
Yes.
He's only about, he's probably about 5'9".
That's why I couldn't tell how tall the box was.
The box is pretty high.
Yeah,
It was pretty unique. But we do unconventional training there, which means no plate-loaded machines, small group classes. So you're using things like kettlebell, battle ropes, sandbags, body weight, big tires that you flip, sledgehammers, that type of thing. And really what we're doing is it goes hand in hand with the chiropractic office. We're trying to promote
You strengthening the core?
You're strengthening basically everything. So in an hour time, you're doing strength, flexibility, cardiovascular.
Hold it, what's this cost?
There's different price ranges.
If we wanted to start, all three of us, Smoking Jim's working on getting back in shape.
Depending on how many times a week you come, the price is based on that.
Okay.
So typically in an hour class, you can burn anywhere between 600 to 1,000 calories.
You know what? He can have more fries.
And then you can eat
and
more
those
fries.
meatball hoagies, he can have 2.
He can. He might even have a couple adult beverages to put down.
No, he's never drank alcohol,
Well,
so he won't do that. But he'll have a ginger ale with you. So that's awesome. And how long have you had the kettlebell?
Just a little bit over about 1.5 years now.
Well, that's great.
And it's doing really well. I mean, we train anyone from professional athletes all the way down to just your regular Joes.
Get on. That is great.
Yeah.
Super. No, thanks for sharing that. Just tell us a little bit about this drive that you got going on.
Sure. My wife and I are. This is
because Gina can't talk today. She injured her back.
And I'm working on that right now.
Right. And I didn't want to bring it up till now because he's a chiropractor. Okay. And I was hopeful today. I said, with her husband working on her, I know we'll have a miracle. She walked in.
She did walk in.
She just won't sit down.
She did walk in, which was better than what she was.
Thanks, Gina. Thanks for bringing him.
So my wife and I, we do a couple different charities, but this is one that's close to us. It's called Blessing in a Backpack. It is an organization that feeds kids on the weekend. Especially now with the way the economy's gone and the cuts in like food stamps and things of that nature, children aren't getting any food on the weekends.
That is a great cause.
So we support this program, which supports 400 kids in Kelly School in Wilkinsburg, so that they all have food on the weekends, which obviously if you can't, if you're hungry, there's no way you're going to learn.
Right. No,
so it's one of the programs we really support.
Well, thank you for that. And hey, I want a special thanks. Everybody knows I like a free t-shirt.
Absolutely. Who doesn't?
Well, Smoking Jim doesn't want them. Chip, they don't want it, but they got it. Thank you for the t-shirt.
Thank you.
The blue matches my eyes.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Chrissy, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell everybody who you are?
My name is Chrissy. I own a Diamond in the Rough Pet Salon. We're in the South Side.
Where at? What's the address?
It's 155 South 18th Street. We're right on the corner of 18th and Mary.
Very convenient.
We were just in a grooming competition this weekend, and we won first place.
Champ, way to go, champ. You nervous? Look at that outfit. And here, I'm always promoting people, and somebody out-promoted me. She found our site, Pittsburgh Sportsline, on Facebook. We just hit 1460. So that's a new high for us, 1,460 likes. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate it. So Chrissy put it up there, and I contacted her and said, how'd you find us?
I was just looking for local sports fans to join in our excitement of winning first place.
Well,
and I found them.
I've been a Bucco fan my whole life. Chip's been promoting the Buccos lately the last couple years, so I thought it would tie in very nice there.
Well, the good thing about Cooper's costume is that if we just change his accessories, he's ready for Steelers Sunday, or
Sorry,
he's ready
guys,
for
you
a
gotta,
hockey night.
you gotta. It's a hockey night.
Yeah, we just change his shirt, and he's ready for any sports game.
Hold it. There's been a rumor that this is his natural hair color, and I agreed with that. Now I'm not that naive, but a shampoo looks a little different than normal.
It is just a pet safe dye. It'll rinse out in about 8 washes.
Thanks.
We do all different colors for the holidays. But,
How do they get a hold of you? Do you have a phone number? Because I know they're getting excited. Well, we're on air. This is not radio. Contrary to what everybody says, it's TV, and on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, you can see pictures of Cooper and Chrissy, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and if people want to post that stuff, I'll let it. I don't stop it. So
our phone number is 412-381-2200.
tell them again, because they have a small attention span like me, like 3 seconds. So
412-381-2200.
And then where else? Sorry.
We're on Facebook.
Like their page, I did.
And our website is diamondandrough.com.
And what's Cooper thinking about this? Are you a dog whisperer? Or can you give us some insights? Or
He loves the attention. You can't walk down the street without someone stopping and petting him.
Does Cooper have anything to say?
Cooper don't say much. He'll eat, but he
well, then
doesn't
he's
say
welcome
much.
back to the show anytime. We had special permission from the ownership here, Sip Sports Bar. They enjoyed seeing him come in here. We appreciate you coming up from Southside here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And you're welcome back anytime if you want to update us on another season, some other gear. Thank you. Welcome back. Why don't you introduce yourself to the fans that don't know you? Since Smoking Jim didn't give you a loud encore here.
I'm Cassandra, Cassie Perkins, actress and model.
And ringside boxing announcer now. She had her debut Saturday night at the Black and Gold Bouts at the Royal Place. What a night of boxing we had. 9 boxing matches.
Intense.
Yeah, you were never that close.
No.
What'd you think of the boxing ring?
I got nervous when I think I seen snot knocked out of someone. that
Might have not been snot. That was slobber.
That was it.
And that was a mouthpiece that was flying out. And Smoking Jim always asks me to pick it up, and you're not supposed to. So I always bring out. I have a special towel. I don't know if anybody's seen this towel.
No.
Brenner Contracting. They're in the house. Oh man, it is a little warm up here now. So, but yeah, that is quite the experience. You didn't get hit with blood like I did the one time when they were, and you saw a couple guys were bleeding there.
Yes. 2 at one time, same ring. We both blooded each other's nose.
And that's how tough of a fight it was.
Yes, it was. They were real fighters.
Well, enough about boxing. What are you doing out there in the acting world? You got any gigs going on or anything you're doing there?
Not just yet. I'm holding out.
Okay.
And waiting for the phone call. So.
All right. Well, I hope you get that phone call. And I'm glad you could make it to our show. And you know your picture's almost famous at our launch event because of Smoking Jim.
And what you got in your hand?
Oh, the photo for you.
Whoa, why don't we get one? Wait a second, that's Smoking Jim.
Thank you. That's the only my goodie.
That looks like last year's photo.
Thanks.
Well, Cassie, thanks a lot. It was a pleasure. You take care. You're welcome. All right, guys, what else is on your mind at halftime? I know we didn't touch a lot on sports with the guests we have. We covered different sports. But what do you want to talk about here?
I think it's kind of ridiculous that, they make this big stink about when Roethlisberger wanted to be traded. Listening to the talk radio today, you didn't even know that the Steelers played yesterday and subsequently won because everybody's talking about how,
Well, you know why?
Where this all
Ian
comes
Rappaport has done a great duty for his station and his career.
And for his career. But, what I find questionable about him, and, the reporters always got this as a fallback, well, he's just not going to divulge his sources. Well, you know what? If your information's that good, who'd you hear it from? Give it some validity, and since he won't, I'm not giving any validity to what he says.
I understand. Smoking Jim, what do you have to say?
Hey, just real quick, another big hand for Aaron Ward. We could never do it without her. And for the first time ever on Pittsburgh Sports Line, a young man that started as an intern, never missed a show. Now I'm putting him in as the Rookie of the Year. John the intern. Congratulations, buddy. We appreciate you.
Hold it. His nickname's the Tiger Kiger. He's a champ. Look at him. He's wearing Pittsburgh Steeler gear.
You white guys got a lot of nicknames.
Hold it. What about Smoking Jim? Did I miss something here? That's the end of our halftime show.
My name's Bethany Montecalvo, and I'm from Pittsburgh. So, yeah.
Boy, that's different.
Different?
I took my first breath in Pittsburgh.
Did you?
Seriously.
Where do you live now?
Bethel Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? This is TV. This isn't radio.
Now I live in Cannonsburg, PA.
Wow, almost near the Meadows racetrack where I had horses way back when. Yeah, we'll talk that later. See?
Yeah.
What about you?
I live in Cannonsburg, and most of my work is in Pittsburgh, so I travel a lot, but I love what I do. So.
What do you do?
Well, I am a makeup artist for TV and film. I do a lot of sports. I do a lot of Steelers. Yeah.
Hey, can you help us a little bit?
I think you guys look pretty perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome back another
I
time.
don't think you have enough makeup to make me look good.
You guys don't need. You guys look good. You guys look great. So I do TV.
You can
and
come
film.
back again. Your second appearance is guaranteed.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's the most famous Steeler that you've put makeup on that you can tell us about?
I do right now. I work.
Just tell me one. That's all right.
For Jerome Bettis.
Okay.
I've done.
What's his
all
hairline? Is that real? Don't answer.
He's very, very nice guy.
Okay.
And he goes to the barbershop before every show, and he
Okay.
gets a fresh cut, so he looks pretty stylish before he comes on.
He
so
does.
It's very nice.
You don't have much to work on him then.
My
right?
job. The
I
guys
think
take
you
care
have
of
the
themselves.
easiest, best job. Like I asked for some help here, and you said you can't. So that you can take that two ways.
I am very lucky to wake up every day and meet different people, work with stars and sports people, and hang out. And
How
do what I
long have
love.
you been doing this?
I'm 30. I've been doing it actually since I was 16. The minute I was in high school, I just started rocking
What
out.
made you think of that?
Well, I was going to go to school for criminal justice because
Wow, what a choice.
Right?
Criminals in sports that we put makeup on that aren't our heroes. Family members like your dad who are our heroes. Let me weigh that out.
you know,
I'm a
so-
little bit sarcastic here, so.
No,
But
that's
honest.
fine. Honest is good. It's a
Okay,
good quality
good.
to have. So, yeah, I just decided that wasn't for me, and I wanted to do something that my heart led me to do, and it's this.
Well, that's what we believe.
Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, thank you. So I do that, and then I also do holistic health coaching for big corporations. They pay me to come in and just talk about wellness
Be nice
and
to
being
them.
well.
Be nice and tell
Can't
them
beat
how
that.
good they look and
Yeah,
build up their
absolutely.
esteem.
Yeah.
Like us.
Like you guys, right? Like you guys. So yeah, I love what I do. I do different things all the time to make money.
Well,
Right?
That's a good.
kind of the goal for
I'm
all
a
of us,
mercenary.
right?
I'm a mercenary in life myself. If you want to pay, that's fine too. We
There you
understand.
go.
Now, how did you meet Smoking Jim? That's the $1 million question here.
The greatest answer is Facebook.
All right.
Yeah, Facebook Facebook is a great media source, and it's nice because it is free, and we just kind of connected through there. Yeah.
Well, that's like I met Cooper and Chrissy.
Is that how y'all met? Was through Facebook?
Yeah, the dog. You missed that episode. We just had the cute little
the
dog.
Little cute dog with the
Yeah,
hairspray
that's
painted?
Cooper.
Oh, is that your buddy?
No, from Facebook, buddy.
Awesome, that's perfect.
You got to
That's
pay
perfect.
attention to the show. We're going to have you back, and you'll have a 3-question quiz.
I'm going to catch up on everything. Don't
Okay,
worry.
and
Yeah.
you got to like us on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook.
I'm on it.
Did you like us already?
I'm on it. It's in the process.
Okay, well, you know what that means to me, because that means she hasn't done it yet. Because we've been at 1461. Aaron, did we hit 1461? Maybe one of her friends did that.
All my friends in the back, like them
Quick,
right now. And then we'll
it
get
only
ready.
takes 6 seconds. Thank you. This is Trapper Tom. He's promoted us so greatly. He's the only white writer in the new Pittsburgh Courier. Smoking Jim discovered that 2 weeks ago. On the back page of his article, he put it, it's on TV forever now.
That's right.
And Trapper Tom's promoted us in the Dormont Brookline patch.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it. And there may be another article coming up about, who knows, white collar brawler or something, Smoking Jim.
I'm always looking for the next project to write about.
He's trying to find information, but he found out your phone's only text only. He's looking for a little conversation. Maybe Gabrielle can tell you how you can talk on the phone. All right, Trapper Tom, go ahead. We got a couple minutes because this guy can out-talk the talking machine, and he's under a strict restriction of a minute and a half.
All right. Thanks again for having me on.
Go.
The KSWA World title was on display last week. The new mayor of Pittsburgh, Bill Peduto.
I posted
I
it.
saw the photos.
We
saw
posted
the
it
photos.
everywhere.
Belt up in the air on Wednesday morning. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
The new incoming mayor of the city of Pittsburgh. This Saturday night, the KSWA returns to Sharpsburg, 1611 Main Street, for a fundraiser at the Volunteer Fire Department. We go there every November, and this Saturday night is no exception. The Mario Ferraro Sr., who was a longtime firefighter there, a member of the community. We have a memorial tournament. He passed away earlier this year.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Memorial tournament for Mario Sr. this weekend coming up, and also next week,
Okay.
Mr. Puniverse Bob Atlas.
Tell him
will
when he's
be
gonna be
right
here.
at Pittsburgh Sports
What
Line
day?
Oh, my
next
goodness.
Monday, in preparation for next week's fundraiser in Bloomfield.
They do more fundraising than anybody I know. We want to be a part of that. What else do you have? Last 30 seconds.
KSWA.net. We're always on the lookout for doing fundraisers for folks. And if you have an organization that's interested in having the KSWA provide a family-friendly fundraiser for your organization, reach us at KSWA.net.
Tom, that was the best promo and the shortest I've ever heard from you.
I just have a really quick question for Smoking
Hold
Joe.
on, we got to ask you first. What's your name?
Nick Miller.
Okay, go ask him a question.
What is your professional wrestling background? Because you remind me of one of those guys who, when I was a little kid, wearing the little spandex gutchies, screaming at the camera.
Hold it, you're not allowed to bust his chops like that.
Wrestling is my favorite sport. It really is.
So the question is, do you wear spandex gutchies around?
I don't know what that is, but probably
Hold
so.
it. Let me try to straighten this out. You
I was
know-
a general studies major in college.
Here,
You're gonna have to ask
I'm gonna
China.
explain. Wait, I'm gonna explain this in very simple terms. Smoking Jim is not only an NFL scout; he's a scout of the models and women especially. And you know the ladies that wear those pants that you're always watching as we see them go down the street?
Yes.
Those are spandex.
Okay.
And that's what he's saying to you. He was being disrespectful to you. And I'm in between both of you. I can't hear in this ear. I could get hit at any time.
Wrestlers wear those. Wrestlers wear those.
That's why he said it. I'm just saying. All right, tell them about you. Enough beating up Smoking Jim. Why are they always picking on him? About Gateway and spandex. He looks at spandex. Women in spandex. Gabrielle?
Well, I'm here on behalf of the Pittsburgh Rugby Club.
All right. Well, here, hold that too, because
I
I
gotta
know.
hold this up.
Yeah, you gave it to me. I'm not holding it.
You sure you don't want to hold it?
Okay. Get out of here.
And every year what we do is we hold the Pittsburgh Brew Fest.
Okay.
And the Pittsburgh Brew Fest is basically a celebration of craft beers. And what we try to do is we try to eliminate hunger through this celebration. And
Hunger of the beer drinkers or hunger of other people?
both, of course. Of course. So,
I got to ask these
so
questions. This is my show, and you went off the track a little bit.
So this is our third year teaming up with the Greater
Okay.
Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. And what we're doing is we're holding, not only do a portion of the proceeds benefit the food bank, but we're holding a food drive where every item of non-perishable food you donate,
What do you suggest they bring?
non-perishable food items.
Explain something for our people. Hold on a second here. We have people that think it's radio, and we can't
Can
decide.
of corn.
See?
There you go.
See what he was going to bring? Just a can of corn.
Can of-
I want you to describe like more than 2 products
a
that
can
are
of
non-perishable.
corn, a can of beans.
Okay.
A can
That's
of
enough.
peas.
You're stuck on the cans. That's fine. Go back to your spandex.
a can of spandex.
Where did Tony and Gina get you from? We got to go to that event. I don't drink beer. Smoking Jim never has. Stephanie and Chip, they'll be there. Deanna will be there.
Well, you can purchase tickets to our event at pghrugby.com.
Okay.
What we've done is we've compiled,
Hold that steady and up there, because if she gets a close-up of it.
We've compiled a great beer list this year. We have over 44 craft brewers
good.
coming. We have over
You look
100 different
uncomfortable.
beers. This is in fact our beer list. If you can see, it is very, very
This is
long.
TV, not radio.
Well, no, I realize that's
Just
what I'm
read
saying.
it.
It's very, very
Well, she
long.
can't see it. You're not even
Well,
showing
no,
it.
I'm just showing how long it is.
The brothers like the malt liquor. That got some of that on there.
We don't have Colt 45, I'm sorry. And the Old E, no, they're not a craft brewer.
Any quarts?
What?
Any quarts? He doesn't know.
40 ounce, no 40 ounces.
We're not playing Edward 40 hands.
Hold it. How old is this guy?
I'm almost 35, believe it or not.
No, I thought you were only 25.
Well, there you go.
Now, when's this event again? Because we went way off the reservation.
I'm sorry, it is November 23rd.
That helps.
Our VIP hour is 4:30 to 5:30. We have specific breweries set aside for the VIP hour, as well as specific beers set aside. You cannot look at me without laughing.
Well, you called him a spandex guy.
Well, I think he's looking at me like I'm dressed in spandex right now.
You don't realize how strong he is? And one punch would probably knock you into tomorrow. And I'm sitting between you two.
I'll sign the release.
Okay. Go
He
ahead.
ain't turned another cheek.
Sounds like a plan.
But going back to
to
what
what?
I'm actually here for. It's November.
What? It's spandex and smoking Jim. Will you talk about your event? Where's it at?
Well, actually, if he would like to show up in spandex,
He's
for
not
the
showing
event, we would love to have him. It's at the Circuit Center, 5 Hot Metal Street. That's the
And explain in layman's terms, like
It's-
non-perishable items.
non-perishable food items are such things that you can get that come in a can or
Okay.
a package that have an expiration date of over 1 year.
Okay. Because we need that, because some people are just picking these up out of the garbage that people threw away.
Correct. Our event, once again, runs from it's November 23rd, which is a Saturday. Our VIP hour runs from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. And then the VIP admission carries over till 8:30, which is the end of our event. The general admission is from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And basically, I hope to see all your viewers there.
Nick, thank you very
Absolutely.
much. This will be on
Great
TV,
job, Nick.
Verizon 32, everywhere. Dan, it's a pleasure meeting you. I want to thank Michael Manna for introducing us through Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. He said I was born in B-R-E-A-D in Pittsburgh. I like bread, but I was born here in Pittsburgh,
You took
too.
your first breath, you said.
Yes. Well, I changed it up a little bit.
Okay.
And I always say now, and Chip said I can coin it as a Levinism, that there's a saying about 6 degrees of separation. In Pittsburgh, I discovered in the last year, it's only 2 degrees. And how do I say that? Dan, welcome to the show. Tell them your name and then tell them your uncle and aunt's name.
My name's Dan Kovacs, and I'm here from Pittsburgh. And my uncle, Jim and Jan Hess, who used to work with this fine gentleman. Who did Gazette? Who did?
I don't know. I don't know, but we were just chatting on the phone because he called up in the middle of me driving in traffic. I'm like, who are you? But he's a Pittsburgh guy. I recognize the accent. And
yeah, I have it.
And he also, I happened to stop at a gym this past week called the Exercise Warehouse because I wanted to just touch base with Mark Mackey.
That's my man.
He wasn't there. So Ray, the older gentleman,
yes,
Ray,
absolutely,
took me on a tour of the whole place, and I never was in there, and it's just fantastic. And I think I saw a picture of you there or something.
Yes, sir.
And this is, folks, I'm introducing, not only is he the strongest man in Pittsburgh, he's the strongest man in the world. And I know you may find it unbelievable because some of you think I embellish a few things, but it is actually based on fact, and he works hard to get like this. And just tell them why.
Wait a minute, this is a man of steel right here. Strongest man in the world.
And he's a Pittsburgh guy.
I am a Pittsburgh
Brookline.
guy. Brookline.
There you go. Tell them about yourself. I did enough promo.
I've been a correctional officer here at the Allegheny County Jail for 16 years. I've been competing in powerlifting for 24 years. And right now, I am taking a lot of pride in a 20-year undefeated streak. Wow.
That's why you're here. We only want champs.
That's all. I actually have 62 records to my credit right now. And next Sunday, the 17th of November, I'm going to be going for a title that has held for 39 years.
Where at?
It's going to be in York, Pennsylvania.
Where all the weights are.
Yes, where all the weights are. Actually at the Weightlifting Hall of Fame building.
Wow.
And it's held for 39 years by a man by the name of Don Reinholt. He's actually been the strongest man in history for 39 years now. I actually took a run at it last year, come up a little short. And this year I really feel that I have what it takes to accomplish this goal.
We're giving you the boost right now. We're esteeming you even more. I know you can do it.
I appreciate that. I really
Definitely.
do. I really do. Positive energy, you know?
Definitely. We got it right here.
Yes.
It's all positivity.
What record you going for?
I'm going for the total record in the Super Raw division, which means, you know, I'm sure a lot of people have seen the bench press shirts and the squat suits and the knee wraps. Well, in the Super Raw division, we don't wear anything but a weightlifting belt. We don't get the luxury of knee wraps or squat suits or anything like that. So it's actually a lot harder, as you may assume, to lift these numbers, but it's also it's actually a lot more dangerous because you don't have the supportive gear or protective gear. So, you know, you could still tear your knee with knee wraps, but it's a lot easier when you don't have them on. Wow. So, I mean, I've sustained a good bit of injuries throughout the years.
Name a couple injuries that you've had.
I broke my back. I broke my arm. I've competed in the late 90s. In 1997, I actually competed in the national championship. What I'm going to be competing in on Sunday, but I wore the suits back then. I competed with a broken back and a broken arm, and I still won.
Oh,
whoa! Let me shake. That is awesome. Wow. What a story.
Right.
Now, this is one of the heroes you look for in life. They go out there. He has no quit in him. That's that Pittsburgh water around here. There's no quit. Look at Smoking Jim. He puts up with spandex, wrestling. He likes to look at spandex.
Well, he's got it going on. You got to realize that.
I know. I know he does. No, that's great. I know you're going to win.
I believe I'm going to win also, but it's the record that we want. I don't think that I really compete against people anymore. It's more like numbers. I'm going against numbers now.
Right.
You know,
and what is this number?
Well, the actual number that I have to beat is 2,298 pounds. I want to total at least 2,300 and move on from there.
Sure. You want to hold a record for 39 years.
I want to hold it for 50 years.
On that happy note, yeah, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're rooting for you.
Thank you
You
very
keep
much.
us updated. We'll have you back after that.
Well, after that, after I break the record, I have one favor by Big Jim.
Yes, sir.
Now, he's going to nominate you as an honorary black man.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it for Ben. If I break the record, can you nominate me for an honorary black man?
Hey, one of my best friends. One of my best friends in the world is Major Harris, and you always had his back.
I
so
did.
you brother.
All right, enough of this love fest. Get out of here.
We got this
Good luck, champ.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome back to the show. I felt bad last week. We had a great show, but I felt bad because we had Jim O'Brien, who put on a legendary performance. But then I get a text in the middle of it. I'm stuck in traffic. I can't make it. But I kept my game face on. Nobody knew that I was upset.
Well, thanks to Jim O'Brien for 60 minutes of Jim
Non-stop.
O'Brien on Pittsburgh Sportsline.
You got to check that out on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. He was relentless.
I believe it. He's a legitimate book writer, isn't he?
25 books.
There's
22
actual books.
I've read 6 of them. 22 sports books. And Chip bought his latest book. Unbelievable.
He did?
And it has plenty of photos. Smoking Jim almost bought it.
Almost.
Enough about him. What about you? We only got 4 more minutes. What about? Talk fast. Come on.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Clayton Bears who are still in the playoffs. Not the Gateway Gators.
Go Stone Rocks!
Yeah, you would be a Stowe Rocks fan.
All right, let's get you on the air here. What else, Z? Come on. No, I don't want this Smoking Jim here.
Huh?
They're all beating him up tonight. He's too soft tonight.
Hey, listen, he's an easy target.
Is he?
Yeah. He's
Well,
an easy
speaking
target.
of easy targets, how many certificates do you have for this plumbing gig? Because you told me November. Hey, anybody check the count? November 11th. Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy
Thank you
Veterans
for all the vets again. We
Devin
appreciate
Shea.
it. Devin Shea's not here. He's celebrating his day. We appreciate him. My dad was a vet. God bless him. He's no longer with us here. So definitely. Go ahead, Z.
Well, I want to just remind everybody that November 30th, we got a big fight going on down in Mountaineer, West Virginia. Paul, the Pittsburgh kid, Spadafora, is going for 49-0, as well as my good buddy Jesse Lubash.
Whoa, he grabbed that towel of mine. What's going on this show?
Well, once the check got cut, now we can show the top half as well as the bottom half.
Whoa.
So we're making full use of all of our advertising.
I like it. Hold on a second. I need some help. I'm sweating up here. Woo! It's a warm evening. This PA system's unbelievable. What do you think of it?
Hey, I like it. We got more good news too. Next week, next Tuesday, I'll be back in Bethel Park Studio.
Hold it. I don't know if you can. We'll be at White Collar Brawler. You may not be there. We don't know. We're shutting the show down for a week, buddy.
No. I'm calling Dave Cable tomorrow. I will be on TV
Hold
next
it.
Tuesday.
Dave Cable sent me a message that he asked that Z see that tape a couple weeks ago when it was edited. Guess what the young man said? No. Dave Cable edited it when he called him out. He called Dave Cable out. This is like wrestling. Dave Cable edited you and you still have not seen it because you're an honest man.
I'm not going to lie to you, Dave. I'm behind, but I'm getting caught up by the day, so I'm happy
Well,
to be
we're going to
back.
have a discussion. I got to talk off air with you on a couple issues on the show, but how much time? Do we have another minute for Z? All right. What else, Z?
I'm glad you can make more time for me.
Buddy, once you get off of that streak, you're like Joe DiMaggio. Once you have that 56-game streak, that's it, baby. You got to work hard again to get back up there. You were the hardest working young businessman that I ever met.
He said was.
Oh, did I really? That wasn't a Freudian slip, Chief.
He said
Tell
was.
him about some of these guys. I do that because, look, I'm trying to boost them up.
I'll be back.
Okay, that's
I'll
what
be
I need
back.
to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you'll
It
be
starts
back
tonight. I'll be back. Clareton's going to beat Stowe Rocks. We'll be back at Heinz Field. We're going to have some Still Valley people come in as guests to bust Smoking Jim's balls about where we're from. And I thought I did good tonight. I thought I really let Smoking Jim off the hook tonight. I mean,
Get out of here. You did. You did. I appreciate you, Zeke. Thanks, buddy. You're back.
Hey, Alan, how are you?
I'm doing well. Welcome to the
hear me
show.
all right?
I can't hear you now, but Smoking Jim was yelling at me. So. Tell them who you are, because I know who you are. These guys know who you are. You were at the launch event. We appreciate you supporting us there.
Yeah, I'm a local Pittsburgh artist named Vince Ornato, and I have a pretty full career. I do a lot of oil paintings based on the history of labor in Pittsburgh, et cetera, et cetera. And I also do caricatures at all kind of events for business promotions, parties, this type of thing. I've been doing that for about 30 years. I've drawn about 75,000 people, believe it or not. Okay. So
I believe you because he's an honest man.
I am an honest man.
He's told me that. Why would he lie to me?
And my website is idrawfaces.com. Easy to remember, idrawfaces.com. The paintings are on vincetheartist.com because nobody can spell my name right. But
that's a Pittsburgh thing.
Right. Even though you spell it the way it sounds, that's a whole other discussion. But
we did have that.
But I was here and I did about 12 drawings that I can show you right now pretty rapidly, I guess.
You better do it rapidly because we're under 2 minutes right now. You have the 2-minute warning.
Okay, does anybody know who this is?
Yeah!
Anybody know who profile, all right? I can be hired to do this, by the way. This is free tonight.
Yay!
Look at that.
No, these are some of the guests you've had, so you'll know who they are. Let's see.
Bethany, that was?
Oh, this is...
Whoa, where's Dan?
Hey, Dan!
Hey, Dan!
Hey, Dan!
Dan Kovacs!
Hey, Dan!
Oh, he can't. We'll show him. I don't want him to hit you. Oh, there's Bethany again.
Oh, we already saw that. Okay.
Cassandra.
Cassandra. There she is.
This is the puppy dog.
Oh, yeah!
Whoa! Chrissy Cooper. That is just awesome.
This is the guy with the flies.
Oh, that's Z. Hey, Dan, come see yours. Show Dan. Where's that? We got to stay right there, Dan. Don't attack him, please. He didn't mean anything by this.
This is the rugby chiropractor.
Oh, they're gone. They're gone. Tony's gone.
This was just some warm-up stuff I did. Okay. This is the guy standing around.
There's Dan again, I think.
And oh no, this is Dan here.
Again. Whoa, you know, I don't like that one. I think it's just a caricature. You improvised on that one.
This was the sound guy.
They got a rookie of the year. The rookie of the year.
Tiger Kiger, look at that. Who's that?
Hell, Levine and talking machine looking good.
I know, but he forgot my Fu Manchu. What happened? You know what? Can somebody give me some hair dye? Chrissy, where's the hair dye?
Hey, how about I give you some of those my chinny chin?
Give you a little bit more afro sheen.
How much time do we have? One more. I think we're just about done, Vince. Any last 30 seconds, 20 seconds?
Yeah, but I have to scan these and I want to put together some promotional stuff and so on and so forth. But I'll get all these back to Alan, and if he has a way of getting them back to the people I drew, I'd be happy.
Here's how it'll work. They got to come see me on our show again.
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah. So,
like you. All right, Vince, thank you very much. Tell them what your new site's going to be. Can you tell them?
Well, long story short, it'll be something like improvisationaldrawings.com, improvdrawing.com. But right now, idrawfaces.com.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, and that's the end of our show. Thank you for watching us on Verizon 32. Thanks for the BP Studios for having us on air. I was going to say Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Keep promoting us, Verizon 32 in the Pittsburgh area. Tune in. Take care. Be safe out there. Go Steelers, Penguins, and the Buccos in 92 days. See you later.